So the XOR split that we indicate with a diamond marked with an X, we can also call it database or data-driven decision. We have some data that is created as the result of a decision activity that is performed within our business party, like we check the content of the insurance or an invoice, and then we take a decision based on the outcome that is possible. For example, we go on the branch insurance quote being approved, we go for the branch for the insurance quote being rejected. There is another type of decision which is called the event-driven XOR split, and it is represented graphically as a diamond marked with an intermediate event symbol, so with a circle with a double thin border encapsulating an empty pentagon. So this is the symbol for the event-driven XOR split. But it is not an XOR split that is based on the availability of some data. This is a decision that is more reactive in nature and represents a decision that needs to be taken on the basis of what event is going to occur first, out of a number of possible events. We model event-based decisions by means of this event-based XOR split, followed by two or more intermediate catching events. They could be of type message or they could be of type timer. For example, message events, if we want to capture the receipt of a particular document, like the purchase order response or the error message. Or by means of intermediate timer events, which is also a catching type of event, in case of deadline. So whichever event occurs first will determine the path that we have to take. Let's consider this process that is run at a restaurant chain. It's a process to replenish the stock. A restaurant chain submits a purchase order to replenish its warehouses every Thursday. The restaurant chain's procurement system expects to receive either a purchase order response or an error message. However, it may also happen that no response is received at all due to system errors or due to delays in handling the purchase order on the supplier's side. If no response is received by Friday afternoon, or if an error message is received, a purchasing officer at the restaurant chain's headquarters should be notified. Otherwise, the purchase order response is processed normally. So what we see in this example is that the restaurant has to take a decision. Is reacting to which of these events is going to occur first. So it is a reactive decision that is also known as an event-based decision. So let's take a look at the solution for this stock replenishment process. So every Thursday this process starts. So we have a start timer event, and it starts by submitting the replenishment order. Now we have three options, and they are all mutually exclusive, so we need to use an XOR split. But in this case, it's an event-based XOR split because the decision is done from the outside of the process. So it's done by the process environment. In this case would be the supplier. Either we receive a purchase order response, in which case we handle the response and the order is fulfilled, or we receive an error message, or we receive none of these two messages by Friday afternoon. So in the latter two cases, we have to notify the purchasing officer at the restaurant's headquarters, upon which the order is not fulfilled.